No, sorry. What say marriage?
Hi everyone, thanks for joining us at the post-fight press conference. We'll hear from Gradus and the team first, and then we'll get Fran out later on. But I'm sure you all agree, incredible performance from Gradus. Southpaw for this fight, dropping Boris in the first round, stopping him in the second. So Gradus, just first of all, just your thoughts on the fight. How did it go? Were you pleased with your performance?
Yeah, actually I was enjoying myself because I did for the first time Southpaw. It was my game plan, and yeah, if I can be, I try to do it with the body shots, and I don't know.
And Ben, I mean, a huge platform for Gradus, making his boxer promotional debut, and a real statement. You've got to be happy with that.
Yeah, I thought he was taking the piss when he came out Southpaw, and I was thinking, is this the way to do things? First fight on BBC Two, first fight in the UK, but to do what he did to Boris, whilst doing that, whilst having fun with it, was incredible. I've had Boris crying on my show 3 or 4 times. No one does that. No one can stop him like that. I mean, Craig Richards did well to do it in 7 rounds, and it was a competitive fight up until then, but that looked like he could do it at any moment. Dropped him 3 times. Yeah, incredible talent. But levels and levels and levels and levels above. So big fights to come and big names to come, but great introduction to the UK fans.
And obviously Gradus has got some team in his corner, his father Albert, and Peter Fury as well. Albert, how would you sum up that performance from your son? Were you happy?
Yeah, of course. I think he did a real good job, and everything what we trained for worked out in the fight. So yeah, I'm satisfied with it.
And Peter, a word from you as well. Obviously you've trained some top fighters. Yeah. What's Gradus' ceiling? How far can he go?
I think he can go, well, I know he can go all the way, because the difference here, come out to Southpaw. When I spoke to him when he was in Holland, he said, I'm going to come out and practice in Southpaw. You know, there's no value at this level. So you may see people where, you know, he's taking a shot to land one because he's not too bothered at the moment. But this kid, if he wants a box, he can box. If he wants to rip your head off, he can do it. This kid's a real deal, trust me, and he can do anything. You know, so if anybody's looking at that, please get in touch and let's get it on, because people say, oh, we can hit this kid, you know, he's open, but only because he doesn't value what's in front of him. When it comes to boxing, you know, we've had him in gyms, he's boxed some high caliber sparring partners already, and they'll tell you if he can box or not. So he's a class act. So yeah, we're looking forward to his future, very much so.
And Ben, sort of touching on Gradus' future here. As a promoter, what fights would you like to see next for him? Have you got any names in mind?
Look, we already, I think one of the team reached out to Matchroom about the Craig Richards fight. I think they're open to that fight, so that's the fight that we'd like next. But any name really. There's so many. It's such a great division in the UK, the light heavyweight division. There's so many big fights, big nights to come. Main thing is Gradus will fight 4 times this year, and anyone, I'm talking anyone that wants a Gradus Kraus fight, get in touch. Better to catch him now, because it's going to come. The day will come. The day will come where Gradus Kraus is the biggest name in the division. You're going to have to fight him then, because you're going to have to win world titles, and you're going to have to do it. So better catch him early, when he's 24 years old and still a baby, than wait any longer. So let's get it on. Let's get the big fights, and yeah, hopefully Craig Richards next.
Great, so we'll take some questions from the floor. Just raise your hand. Yeah, Rigo.
Gradus, congratulations. Obviously, you mentioned Southpaw's been mentioned coming up tonight. Peter mentioned kind of you're a level above kind of this level of opposition. Is that why you wanted to come out to Southpaw tonight, kind of to show your level at this level?
Yeah, I like to do different things, and yeah, I don't know actually. I think we do one time Southpaw, and yeah.
Definitely, promoter Benjamin London just said, obviously fighting 4 times this year. Would you like to kind of step up the level in opposition at each fight as they come?
So, yeah, for sure, why not? Yeah, I like to get big fights, and then I can show everybody what my level is.
For sure. And Ben, what is the plan? So you mentioned Craig Richards there. Obviously, Gradus won the IBF ranking title in his last fight. Kind of what is that 4-fight plan that you mentioned?
Look, Gradus is a huge star in Holland as well, and so the plan is going to be to probably fight twice over here, and maybe twice over in Holland, but start headlining with him. You know, he's ready for those big fights. We want to get to world titles as quickly as possible. Of course, we like the IBF route because they're trigger happy with their mandatories, and it suits you when you've got the best fighter. But we also want the big nights and the big names. You know, it's not just about him winning world titles here. It's about creating a superstar, and that's going to come with the biggest names that we can get in the sport. And so, a mix of British big names this year and getting towards that IBF world title.
This can be a question for basically anyone on the table, really. But Gradus, another fantastic performance. It's great to see you fight live and do exactly what you do. Do you fear that because of your skill and because of what you're able to do, and because you're able to come out and just decide to play southpaw for the evening because you know you can, that people will avoid you? Because obviously there are so many people in the division, like you said, that people do avoid scary, powerful fighters. Do you worry about that? I mean, we can go to everybody for that question.
I think he got hit a couple of times tonight. So as Peter said, I think that's bigger name he becomes, the more draw he is. And so the more he fights on the BBC, the more he headlines, the more money he's in the fight. So it'll become easier and easier, but I think people will fancy their chance. We saw tonight Boris Crichton, what a tough lad. As I said, never seen that happen to him. I hope it doesn't put more people off, but I've never seen Boris like that, and got up 3 times and kept going. But yeah, of course, if certain fighters want to duck and dive their way to the top, then they will. But there's a lot of real fighters in that light heavyweight division that want the big fights and want the big nights, and I think we'll be able to make them.
Yeah, what I say, I think I can do better than what I did tonight because I'm orthodox, and I'm good in making more rounds, but nobody sees it for me. So I think when I have a big fight, again, everybody will be shocked.
I just wanted to be in big fights. I think what Ben's doing at the minute, and Craig Richards takes it next time, that's a good step up. I think that's a great fight. So then we'll see another level to Gradus. I'm not just saying I'm not the promoter, Ben's the promoter. I don't need to promote a fighter. This kid, the more serious the opponent, the more serious he takes it, the better he is. When he's not valuing what's in front of him, he's only game at that. That's what he's done so far in his career. If this kid steps up and he takes him seriously, you'll see a bit of a masterclass from him. He's done everything. So, and he's got the mindset as well, because he loves this game. In the dressing room, where he is, his mannerisms, where he goes about it. It's almost like having a cup of tea for us. That's how he goes about it. He loves to fight. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Big things for him.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to the future.
Gradus, congratulations. God bless you. The hard opponent comes to you. I know we haven't seen nothing yet. You've got something special to show us. Am I right? About your skills and everything. You've got more special skills to show us. You're not showing us everything what you've got.
No.
You need a fight what needs to dig deep. That's a fight you need, and you're going to get it.
Yeah.
And that's where you'll be showing us what you are.
Yeah, that's why I can wait to do some big fights, big opponents. So then can I show how I am, how bigger the names, how more. Yeah. So how better the fighter is, how better my performance is.
Kraus, really go here with the boxing. Congratulations on an incredible win. Big up to you, Ben Shalom, obviously, and Peter Fury. Sensational in terms of your advocacy for mental health within boxing, helping fighters. You guys should really check it out on this Twitter page. What do you think about the light heavyweight division as a whole right now? obviously Ben is saying, and boxers are saying that it's not going to be long or you're just ready. Peter can tell me if I'm wrong. But where do you think that you're going to be at when you're ready for it?
I'm all ready for them.
Well, like right now.
Believe me, my level is better than them, and I hope everybody sees it very soon because they guys can also take 8 or 10 on me.
Question.
Okay, you asked mine.
We will see.
Question for Ben. Probably you'll know more than anyone and the promoter. How important do you think it is that Gradus gets that fight on home soil, gets that sort of Dutch army behind him?
Look, I can see from just his last fight in Holland, and he did about there was a couple of thousand in there, like it was a small arena, and he sold it out very quickly. We've done that. Started with Chris Smith in that way. We started with Callum Simpson in that way. When you can do 2,000, you can do 10,000, and when you can do 10,000, you can go to 30,000. I believe he's already a superstar in Holland, and he's getting, obviously, it's a kickboxing country over there naturally, but they're starting to take notice of the boxing. And Rico, who's been a kickboxing champion over there, starting to look at coming into boxing with Gradus as well. He'll become a pay-per-view star over in Holland, and he'll be selling out stadiums over in Holland. But I do want him to become a star in the UK. This is the best market in the world. We've got the best names, but we've got a lot of the biggest names as well. And so the balance is going to be in between here and Holland, and I'm building him in both markets.
Cheers, man.
Gunman Boxing, the baddest boxing channel in the UK. Gradus, this is a question for you. In Dutch, in Netherlands, you guys have total football. That was total boxing tonight. How many more levels have you got to go? You were turning that brother like you were Johan Cruyff at times, creating some great angles and putting him away. Can you give me a mark out of 10 for your performance tonight? He's translating.
I have to give myself a score.
Yeah, give me a score. What's the score? Not 1-0.
Yeah, I can do it by myself because I win and then in the second round, so then I'm happy. But I think I can perform much better because I did only southpaw. I have got more in my mind than the fight. And what I say, if the people are better, then I'm also a better fighter because I become a little bit lazier. If I see it will be an easy fight and I feel it in a few seconds. But I did my performance, I won by a TKO, so yeah.
Steady 8?
Yeah, 7. It's always good and I'm always happy, so I know what I can and I know what I can do, but yeah, let's say 7, 8.
If that's a 7, I feel sorry for your next opponent. Thank you very much. God bless. Have a good evening.
Good one. Yeah.
I've got 3 questions, one for Gradus, one for Albert, and one for Peter. First question, did you hear your mum tonight? Because she was quite loud.
Yeah, I you're always spending.
The other question, what I love about Gradus' style, and I think it's due to the dad, he finds angles of his shots what are very unique. It's almost like his hips get flexible and he comes down with those shots. Is that something that you work on in camp?
Yeah, we're working on camp. Look, I'm busy with him from when he was, when he wears gloves, when he was 10 months old. Normal kids start walking when they are 1 year old, and he started walking when he was 8 months old. So in 10 months, he was already punching and kicking the bag. So he was always busy with it. And it is something from childhood on that he has done. And as he just started boxing, for example, he was training in the Dutch Olympic team, and then at that time the coach said, why you standing on southpaw position? He said it doesn't matter for your opponent, or your southpaw or orthodox. So yeah, I said, tell him, never listen to this guy again. And I trained already with him when he was 10, 12 years old on southpaw position. And now he showed today again in a professional fight, so on a real big stage for him, that he can do it. So it was the first time he fought for boxer, so everything was new for him. This was really his debut. And I think if he can perform like this on a thing that's not natural for him, I think, yeah, it's great what he showed today.
Excellent. And question for Peter is, I'm privileged that you allow me to work with your boxers in the evening. I know it's something close to your heart. And while the media's here, could you just tell us a little bit about boxing in the evening and what it means to you?
Well, yeah, because listen, I'm a man of the blessed Lord, so it's about giving to people where you're not in the spotlight. You know, I know people, friends of mine personally well, that's got brain damage through boxing, and they go through hell and back. You know, you've got to wear special things. You've got depression. There's no help out there. There's nothing. So, boxers in need is a proper registered charity now, and it's really starting to pick up. And you know, if the boxing community can get behind it, that's what they need to do. Look, you can only help people when you're in a position yourself to be able to help people. But everybody can afford something. And if you've got no money, talk about it. Put it out there. Everything anybody can do will help people's causes. And that's what we need to do for boxers, because there is nothing. The Boxing Board of Control do a fabulous job. You know, they're excellent around the ring. Something happens there and then, but there's no aftercare. So this is what we need.
So we've just got a final question from Jim.
Hi, Gradus. Gradus, I just want to talk about the body going to the body. You had an awful lot of joy going to the body of Boris. Was that a particular tactic in this fight?
Yes, because I like the body shots, and now in my pro career I finish always on the head. So yeah, I stand southpaw and I try to stop it with the body. And I did it. So yeah, it wasn't a game plan.
Great. Thanks, everyone. We'll be back with Fran shortly. Cheers.
Very good.
Hey!